And next week, I'm ready to do a real reading for the President of the United States. I'm going to do that. As long as no one objects, um, it's going to be there's going to be politics involved, but that will be the pièce de résistance of next week. And I won't practice it in advance. We'll let somebody shuffle the cards. And could be interesting. And so what I'd like everybody to do is prepare some reading. I don't care which spread you use. Even a 2-card spread is enough. But just, we're going to talk about spreads, and we're going to talk about other exercises that you can do, which are very interesting. There's some very interesting.
Who are we going to do the reading of? Anybody we choose other than ourselves?
You're going to do a generic reading. You're not going to know the question, and you're just going to read the cards. Okay. In the sense of my auditorium reading. Okay, where I boasted that I could read for 1,000 people and throw the cards across the floor and read them direct. And even Dusty White, it turns out, he calls that a blob reading. Okay.
A what? A blob?
Blob reading. B-L-O-B reading. A blob reading. And he says it's not very precise because with a layout you get precision. You know this is about the past. You know this is about the future, whatever it is, and you can set time frames and so on. But with a blob reading, you're just going to say a bunch of stuff, and it's going to hook on different people different ways. So I'm not asking you to embarrass anybody in the room, but just read, and just remember, it doesn't matter what you say, okay? It doesn't matter what you say, as long as you say that however you take this reading, good or bad, however you take it, anything that you take out of this reading, you can change tomorrow. If you find something negative in the reading, you can change it. It's not predicting a future that you have to live down this track. It's, okay, maybe the train was going down this track, but oh, by the way, you have control of all the switches, so you can switch direction. Okay, and so the client always has a choice to start it. What this does from a Jungian psychology point of view is it touches your complexes. So the things that you are sensitive about in one way or another, whether for better or for worse, those are the things that are going to connect to you in a reading, whatever they are. And so if they're negative, there's no reason to be afraid of reading the cards or reading for someone, as long as they understand that if they get a negative reading, if they hear something negative in the reading, then they can change it tomorrow. And if you're reading for yourself, just because you get a negative reading when you're reading for yourself, you should think that's a good thing, because that means you've bubbled up something that's a very sensitive topic for you, and maybe you didn't really consciously know it, and you bubbled it up out of the unconscious. So now you can assimilate it. Now you can make use of it in your own life and let it guide you to your own wholeness, which you couldn't do before. So anyway.
So we do a reading for ourselves in front of the other group?
No. You do a generic reading as if you're reading to a client, but the client hasn't told you what the question is. Okay.
So you do need a question to prompt it? You do need a question to prompt it?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Just
I've
read
done
it.
this
So,
I've done this before somewhere, I can't remember where you didn't, you don't know what the person's issue is or something.
let me just go through some of these layouts very quickly. Okay, the cover and cross spread. Describe your current situation and the challenge you face. So first, my recommendation is that you put out a significator, which is a card that's going to be something about the reading, but isn't part of the reading. Okay, and if you don't like the significator, put out another one and another one until you get a significator that you think is right for this reading. Okay, then it's not part of the reading, but that's the significator for the reading. Then, directly onto the significator, if you're doing the cover and cross, you're going to cover the significator with the number 1, right, whichever it is, right side up or reverse, but it's going to, number 1, describe your current situation. And so you describe the current situation based on that. And then the cross is the challenge you face. Okay, so this is your current situation. So you're speaking out to your client, except your client is invisible, but you can talk at the person across from you. So this is your current situation, and this is the challenge you face. This is the cross. Okay, a 3-card spread is, this is your present situation. Okay, so it's 3 cards across from right to left, not from left to right, from right to left. But why is it from right to left? Because from your client's point of view, it is from left to right. Okay, and so number 1 is, this is your present situation. Number 2 is your suggested course of action. And number 3 is the outcome if you take this suggested course of action. And so all you have to do is just try it a few times, and you'll start to see that these outcomes do come. And so you're gonna, talk to yourself in the mirror a couple times or something. Do a 3-card spread.
And those are turned up in turn, or they're always
Too
up?
crowded for me.
Well, there's several choices. They can always be up, or you can turn them up in turn, which is my preference, or you can deal them and then turn them over. Okay.
And this one.
And then we're using all 78 cards?
Yes. So you're going to use all 78 cards. You're going to use the deck that I gave you, and you're going to put your own heebie-jeebies on it. You're going to blow on it. You're going to shuffle them.
I gotta practice this.
Yeah, try it a few times.
He's gonna come in with his wizard.
Okay, so then the 4-card spread here is the present situation, the challenge.
Recommend a headscarf.
The 3 is the outcome, and then the 4 is the suggested course of action.
Sorry, I gotta work both jobs tomorrow. I gotta-
Yeah, okay,
I'll see you
peace.
guys next week. Bye.
See you next week.
Bye, Stephanie.
Okay, so I'm going to do the Celtic cross spread next week for the president. And so number 1, it covers you. It covers the significator. Number 2, it crosses you. Number 3 is above you. Number 4, below you. 5, behind you. 6, before you. 7 is you are. 8 is they want. 9 is you want. 10 is you get. Okay. Pardon?
I remember that sort of.
Yeah, it's very, those are very abbreviated descriptions of the layouts, but you get the general idea. And once you've, as intuitives, once you've done it a few times, you get the gist of it.
You blew our minds tonight.
I did?
We thought Jung could do that, but no, you did it.
Well, in a way, I'm gratified that I did.
No, it's great.
Skip, are your notes going to include your, these notes about each card?
Yes.
And that's gonna go up this week?
sometime between now and next Monday. I thought I could do it faster, or maybe I can do it faster this week. Last week, what I was doing, I was trying to get the reading of The Self, which is chapter 4 of Ion, online, and that was a four-part chapter, and it was very complicated. And so, therefore, I didn't really focus on the tarot as intensely as I normally do on the videos. And this week I might get it up a little faster. But everything from last week is on as of this morning. And I'll do my best to get everything up from tonight by next week.